Good morning, afternoon, evening, everybody. How are we doing today? It is Monday, and I hope everybody is doing alright. I know Monday is not everybody's favorite day of the week, but I hope it is going as well as it can. For me, it has been a long Monday. I've been doing a lot of learning at work, a whole lot of learning, and had a couple of little misadventures here and there as well. Had to go on check in on some stuff for the old family, which is all good. Everything is good. Just had to take care of some stuff. But in any case, we're going to be playing some Warhammer 40k Mechanicus today, because I can't remember if I mentioned it much on the channel, but I'm a huge 40k nerd. I love 40k. I love the setting. I own a bunch of Sisters minis. I've got some 30k Beakies. I've got quite a few Imperial Knights that I've painted up. I've got a bunch of stuff that I need to build and finish. Like I've got a Sisters Rhino that I need to finish, and a whole bunch of other stuff that I want to get. I've played the Dawn of War games. It's a real shame that there wasn't a third one. I was really hoping for it to be a trilogy of games. But what can you do, right? I've played Space Marine and Space Marine 2. I've watched people play Fire Warrior, though I haven't myself, and I probably won't, because that game does not look super great, if I'm being completely honest. And little bits and bobs here and there, Rogue Trader and stuff like that as well. Couple tabletop games here and there, but unfortunately I've never had the opportunity to play a full 2K point army. But hopefully that will convince you that I do have one or two bona fides. As I put the old avatar up on screen there. Hey, what's up, guys? And if you're in the description, you'll note down below that the camera is on the fritz, so I'm not going to be able to do today work on the Gunpla that we were working on, the Heavy Arms kit, but we will be coming back to finish that up at some point in the near future. And just get like a little cheap webcam or something like that I can rig to point down at the desk and be able to take care of that. But that is a future concern, because it was not working today, and I am not going to go and run around today because it is a Monday and it was a long day at work. So I thought that was a great time to do what I was intending to do at some point intermittently on our Mecha Mondays, which is do some other stuff that is Mecha related or themed or had the aesthetic of. So we're going to play through Mechanicus slowly over the coming days, coming weeks as it is. Probably once either next week or the week after, hopefully no longer after that, we'll finish the Heavy Arms Gunpla kit, the master grade that we've been working on, and we will run through all of Mechanicus. So let's get started. Alright, we are going to play normal. And we are going to skip the tutorial, because I have played Mechanicus before, but I've not played through the whole of Mechanicus. And it is very fun. It is, it's very XCOM in its combat, and there's a general time limit on what you can do. Ooh, Mega Jeremiah. Here we go. Okay. So as you can see here, we've got some actual tech priests. We've got Minarius and Jeremiah. And then we have our basic units and some other units that we can get, that we will get as we fill in these slots over here. But for right now, we've got the Humble Servitor. Actually, do a custom. Can we do a paint from in here so we can see how it looks? I wish we could. I guess we can't. So let's do a custom. What do I usually do? What did I do last time? Our primary color is going to be like a dark green, like really dark green. Super intense. Can we do red? No, Christmas colors? No, that's not what we want. You need like a nice royal purple. Look at that. That's not too bad. We'll do that. Green and purple. Or I could do, actually I could do black and purple. Which is kind of my, yeah, let's do that. We'll do black with purple highlights. Because that is actually the color scheme that I run on all of my models. Because I am a nerd and have my own little custom faction that I like to run around and LARP with as far as the minis go. There we go. Black and purple. Alright, we don't have any tech, do we? Well, we have 300. We do have 300. Alright. Explorators. Enemy stats when melee. Let's see. What do we want to upgrade this guy as? Well, we definitely want a Lex mechanic. Okay, we're gonna have Jeremiah's gonna be our Lex mechanic. And then I think Minarius. He can be our Secutor, I think. Or a Tex Auxilium. Or an Engines. There's so many good. There's so many good things you can do. I do want to... Let's make him our Killy Boy, I think. Either Dominus or Secutor, I'm thinking. Yeah, let's just make him Secutor. So he's gonna be our Secutor. He's gonna be... Oh, I need more AUG slots. But that's alright, he's gonna be kitted out. And then Jeremiah, he's going to have the good old power axe. And yeah, that's all the slots he can take. And he's got a servo skull. Okay. Tech-wise, we don't have a whole lot upgraded yet. You can see here there's a whole lot of different troops that you can get. But beyond that, so the general premise of this is that you are part of an explorator fleet, if I remember correctly. And you are the overall commander. And you are on a tomb world of Necrons. And you're going to try and get in, salvage as much stuff as you can, and get out. That is the long and short, the tall and skinny of it. Let's see. And you can choose different members of your retinue will give you different missions with different rewards. And of course, as we're going to discover here in a little bit, there is actually a time limit mechanic here, which is up here. There's awakening going on. So you can't actually do everything to my knowledge. And how you do in the game, in each match, will change. Will change how much that awakening meter moves. Arc pistol, which is nice. Does give us a little bit of early attack, and we get the Curatio Claw, which I do remember was quite nice as well. Here, let me move this over here. There we go. I think we do this. Take both Tech Priests. Servitors don't cost, you can see in here, it will cost you Blackstone fragments to, which is kind of the currency of the game, which we can see up here. It will cost you to deploy other troops. Our Tech Priests, though, are good to go. And then we'll have different canticles. which are different buffs that you can use at will, essentially, but you can only use them once, I believe. So you can restore 5 HP on active units, and there are some others that you will get later on. So for now, let's deploy. Also, the way they've got the Mechanicus talking to each other in these weird, growly, semi-mechanical tones is really interesting. Yeah, like that. And then if you read their dialogue, it's semi, like, programming-esque. And then sometimes it's more human-sounding, and then they'll just start quoting Omnissiah literature, text of the Mechanicus, the Cult Mechanicus. It's a very, very interesting game, I think, especially if you are interested in strategy games and are really interested in XCOM. That's the word that I was looking for. I was reading Tech Inquisitor. Then you will probably enjoy this as well. I think it's a fairly interesting game, as well as I believe Mechanicus 2 is coming out at some point in the relative near future. Don't quote me on that. I know it's going to come out and be announced and all that. I believe it was on the splash at the very beginning of the game, in the menus. So maybe that'll be good. I hope it is. Alright, here we kind of have our part one of how missions are done. This is us. This is actually us. Faustinius is the overall commander. And Kepra is... I can't remember what her rank is. Scabola is kind of our, is our Tech Inquisitor, I believe is her official title. So she's very much researcher lady. Alright, and so how all this works is we get this kind of tabletop board game looking screen where we have to get to this endpoint that's got our objective. And so you can choose where you go, and you'll have different events on the exclamation marks, and then you'll have combat events where there are Necron symbols. Okay, now we'll have a choice. Since readings, we can extract it. Now, here is our first choice. I think we're gonna play it fairly safe, and we're gonna take sensor readings of it. Alright, we get 2 cog points. And cog points are what we use to do certain abilities, which will become very useful here in just a moment. And you'll see up here, there is an awakening level for this tomb, because there's various tombs you can go to. And once it hits 1, you'll have a higher alert level, essentially, and you'll have harder fights. Since we're here, we are not going to immediately go into combat. Alright, so then we just have to choose one. Alright. Not bad. Let's see, initiative advantage. Let's just go straight through. Let's play it fairly safe. Alright, you can see there, we went up to alert 1. So we are now known in the tomb. The arcs of static electricity leap from the cohort's extremities as they approach. This chamber is almost certainly extremely dangerous, but it is the only way forward. So we can go slow and steady. We We can shut it down, or attempt to, or study it. Well, since we are here to study anyway, actually, let me change this real quick. There we go. Let's attempt to study it. We're going to take a little bit, and we're going to increase by 1. Observation alone is not enough to understand the function of these energy-hungry devices. In attempting to dismantle one device, the cohort is subjected to a blast of plasma that burns and irradiates them, followed by a cascade of exotic particles that teleports them to a different chamber. They rue the questionable decision to examine these machines closely as they make their way back to the mission path. Okay, so we had a little bit of a diversion there. Jeremiah got tagged a little bit. That's alright. Ooh. Beetle shrimps. Let's just acquire a few. Let's not get greedy. Yes, that's right. You gotta remember, guys, in the Mechanicus and in the Imperium at large, for the most part, AI is a deeply troubling, to use Skyvola's phrase, thing, and is completely outlawed, and is considered tech heresy, because yes, this is 40k, and technology can be heretical. Alright, we're at level 2, so we're going to have extra Necrons in battle against us. And that's cool. That's a cool transition screen there. I like it. Alright, I hope we get a good battle track here. Xenos form detected. Standard construct, Necron warrior, plus none, equal concerning. I love the way they've done the dialogue and really given a lot of personalities to the Mechanicus, and later on, as we'll see, a lot of personality to the Necrons as well. This is a good portrait art too as well. That is very uncomfortable to me, but it's very Mechanicus. I love it. And even though it's not anywhere near the style of old John Blanche Warhammer 40k art, which if you don't know John Blanche's artwork for 40k, go look it up. It's awesome. But it's got that same mildly uncomfortable, imparting feeling to it. I think it's very 40k. Alright. They will self-repair, reanimate, and reconstruct if left time to do so. We would to instantly kill Scutarii, which is our not as lowly as Servitors. Scutarii are kind of the main backbone, essentially, outside of other constructs, the main fighting force of the Mechanicus. Alright, and here we get our deployment screen. So anywhere in these boxes, we can deploy. And let's... Oh, and we do have all this good stuff. I forgot about all this. Okay, so these red boxes here are extra areas in the tomb that can be... Oh, it's so good. So good. That can spit out more Necron warriors. Actually, let's have him go here. Alright, let's start this battle. So this guy, we're just gonna have hold down the rear guard. This guy is gonna march forward, very brave of him. Everybody give a round of applause for Servitor Sam, as him and his brother, Sam and Sammy, the Servitors, march bravely forward into the Necron horde. Alright, so here is a big part of the game. you have these cognition points down here at the bottom, and that's what you use for your points. So for instance, there's a place right here where we can get some, and there's a scan over here where we could possibly get some. Over here. And this one, I don't think we can. And if we want to move further than the blue area, which is our free movement, we can go into the orange, but it will cost us a cognition to use. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over here and collect this cognition. We still have some leftover movement. You can see if we get closer, there'll be a blue icon over one of the Necrons that we can shoot him. But we can't shoot him yet. So I'm just going to move... Oh, who is this? Jeremiah. We'll move Jeremiah over there. And Manius is going to move up here because he's actually got the big guns and the cool upgrades. So he's got extra range on his guns. We want to shoot this guy. Go gadget. Force blaster. 2 electric damage. Plus 4 blast pistol. There we go. Okay, a little bit of damage. And we can send a servo skull if you use this ability to go grab further away cognition points from different receptacles of them. Also, listen to that soundtrack. It's mechanical and ambient and industrial sounds all wrapped together with pipe organs. That's so cool, man. This is so 40K. Oh, Sammy's... Or, that wasn't Sammy, that's Sam. That's Sammy. Who's the other one? Anybody remember the name of the other guy? Let's move him over here. Servitors aren't great as much more than cannon fodder. It is true, but they are useful. Sometimes you have to take the Imperial Guard approach, and quite honestly, just throw stuff at the enemy and call it good. Alright. I'm going to go ahead, move over here. I'm going to use a cog. Oh, the cog gauge is full. Can shoot that guy. Hey, shoot that guy. And you know what? Even though Jeremiah is a little bit hurt, I think we're gonna move up because we still have our canticle. So we're gonna move up here. And the reason why I got this scan over here is because it gave us a bunch of more Blackstone currency. Get another cog. See, this is where the game kind of gets fun, because you can get into the flow of moving and using your currency and getting more, using your abilities to re-top up on stuff, getting into combat, getting out of bad situations. We got a crit. And then we stop there, so we also get another, even though we can't use our power axe, because our machine spirit will get upset with us. Shoot this guy. We might be able to kill him. We should with our minimum damage rolls. Can't overcharge our weapons yet. You'll see, because this is an important lore thing. Necrons don't automatically explode or die or deactivate when they are brought to 0. They actually can get back up or teleport out. We're going to go up here. Move Sammy up. Oh, he tried to move. However, we hit him enough that it didn't matter. And because that one was deactivated, we still count as winning the engagement because there's no active enemies. That's important to remember when you play this game. You don't actually have to kill everything. They just have to be not threatening anymore. Alright. Where do the remains go? Fascination intensifies. Scaevola, you are the fascinating one here. Alright. Upon destruction, the Necron constructs vanish, leaving no samples to be collected. We can archive. We can move on, we can abandon it, or we can analyze. I think since we're here anyway, we have been missed. I'm not hopeful about the analyze. Necron tech is usually pretty dang good, so let's archive. Let's grab Picts. Now Scaevola is dreaming about using Gauss weapons on human test subjects to test them out. And we get a spotlight. You become the priority of the target enemies in range and gain physical armor and energy armor for run around, which is not terrible. As we build up a more tanky tech priest, that could be very useful. And our first mission is complete. Very nice. Mission conclusive, positive. We only lost one servitor, so I would consider that a win too. However, Faustinius does not agree. So she is reporting that we have seen them do the teleport. We have destroyed more than 0, so we've gotten a chance to analyze their ability in combat. And the chances, most importantly, of grabbing a functioning Necron for dissection has increased. Ever the researcher. And Faustinius has emotional cores, returning frustration and resentment, and he chooses to acknowledge them. Because this is very, very important to remember, guys. The Mechanicus are trying to become more machine. And he actually does, Faustinius does care about his tech priest, which is very interesting. They can be quite cold at times, but as well as they can be very, very warm as well, which is surprising for their ilk. Alright, so because Jeremiah was injured, we do have to pay a little bit of Blackstone to get him back up, or back to full rather. But Servitors, they're kind of junk units, so they don't cost anything. We killed 2 Necrons, so we did get 24 Blackstone as well, so we gained a little bit of a profit even with his damage. We got some rewards, which I'm definitely equipping that on somebody. Probably on Minar. Well, might throw that on Jeremiah. And we got 91 Blackstone anyway from it, so I would call that a success. And the Curatio arm, or claw. And we have a new Canticle. Cant of the Craft. The next physical attack will deal +3 physical damage. Though they flee and cower from us, the unrighteous shall find nowhere beyond our reach. Praise be the Omnissiah. Alright. Let's check our cohort. Minarius is our shooty boy, so he is going to get the arc pistol. Do I want to give him the spotlight? He does not have the slots for that. So what I might do, actually we could upgrade at least one of them. Let's see. He is Lex Mechanic. Oh, we get get other augments. Okay. Physical augments. Let's see. I want him to be more the move boy. So let's do that. augment his light. You can see there's a little bit of a difference there. It's hard to see under his robes. Let's move over here. Actually, we'll go back. I don't think we've got enough to be able to use. I kind of do want him to still have a long range option. Then again, yeah, I want to keep him with a long range option as well, just because we don't have any other units that can bring along, or another tech priest that can fill that slot. We can't upgrade Minarius yet, so I think we're gonna save our stuff. We're gonna save our currency. We're gonna take on another mission. So we could do this. Could do the this is Lector Dogmatus Videx is kind of the spiritual center of the fleet. Or we could do more for Scaevola, which would increase the cog gauge by 1 if we win. There's flayed ones and destroyers though, which I don't believe is easy. I kind of want to take this on just because it's only got warriors. Because I would like Minarius to be upgraded at least one more slot before we take on a destroyer. Destroyers are no joke. It's kind of in their name, actually. Alright. I called you here, Lector Dogmatus Videx, because your knowledge of spiritual matters and the cult mechanicus will be crucial in dealing with any more moral threats on Silva Tenebris. He has 543,021 works of scripture stored for rapid context topical retrieval. That is a lot of words. He is, in fact, an uber nerd. Ah, yes, I did forget about this. Scaevola and Videx have a bit of a thing, and that thing is not a positive one. They go back and forth with each other. The blasphemy reeks from every corner of the tomb of Agrelech. It's probably just the flayed ones. But Faustinius does give him some deference. Let the stench of corruption be swept aside by the sweet winds of faith. One of my censor servitors will cleanse the spiritual corruption with blessed incense. Okay. Alright. The Omnissiah's work must be done. We will see it done. Kepra. Deploy the tomb interest. She's ready to send it on its way. Fragile indeed are the tools of the righteous. So we have to clear its way. Kepra is interesting as well. She is a subdomina over the Scutarii. So she's the martial leader of the expedition under Faustinius. But she does very much care for her troops as well, which is kind of a nice touch. And Faustinius has the position of having to both care for his troops as well as be the more ironclad and push forward despite risks as well. Alright. Let's do it. Deployment number 2. Winds of Change. I'm probably not going to go for this Necron event. I tend to be a bit of a scaredy cat at times playing this game. Uh-oh, there's a problem. The Xenos corruption takes physical form in this murky fog. The noise... Oh, that's a cool art, isn't it? This guy over here, you can just see this guy. Oh, that's really cool. Noisome miasma fumes from the Xenos machinery in the area is masking the servitor's sacred incense. Power through, purge, or pray. I, for one, being a fervent fan of the Sisters of Battle, I say we purge. Freyr has power, but I cannot deny fire does too. That is something. And we get 2 cog for our troubles, which is quite a nice reward. Alright. Non-standard behavior. It speaks ill of the menials whose task is to maintain the machine. Beware the deviance of thine own tools, for the enemy finds his entrance thereby. Oh, he's complaining about people. Fox caster unit pops out of the searcher's face panel. Not so good. Tries to engage the cohort in a philosophical discussion. We must excise the taint. Oh! And we get an Infestus Mecha dendrite. Single target melee attack. Knockback. No damage, really, but hey, there we go. Okay. Covered in extensive annotations in the Necron language, suggesting they record journeys among the stars. Ignore them. We could destroy them. We could take interest. I am going to be a little bit more pragmatic here. Let's take pigs. Skyvola would love these. And we get 2 cog points. Alright. We only have 1 alert now, so this shouldn't be too bad. I don't think we'll have any boys jumping out at us. Alright. There's this. That can move us over here. Which wouldn't suck. Not suck at all. Okay. Jeremiah's over here. Who's our fast boy? Servitor here. I do that because I don't want them to choke up the path of the other tech priests. Because of course something like this would happen. So you're gonna go over here. I'm gonna end your turn. Let's see. And of course this guy's over here too. So we'll position him over here. He'll be kind of a rear guard. Next there should be Jeremiah. Move him forward. Hit the scan. So we get a bunch. I do want to move him over here. See if we can. I can't remember how to activate that. I have to shoot it. Grab a cog. I can't shoot this guy. I can shoot that. Let's shoot this ward. Okay. Oh, he's got an energy shield up here. Okay. He's probably gonna shoot back. 3 damage. Okay. Not disastrous. Throwing a little bit of a temper tantrum, that's all. The other one will probably rock up and shoot Jeremiah as well. Yep. 5, okay. We can heal him back up. We can use a canicle if you want. Oh, there we go. Okay, perfect. So over here, we'll be able to scan that, because he's here. pop back up. Get this boy up here. Keep him as rear guard. I want you to come over here and scan this and get us some black stone. Would be very nice. Still, not range. Okay, so I will keep you a little bit out of the way. Maybe we can split their attention a little bit. Yep, he's gonna walk over here. Do a little shoot. Move this guy up here. So we don't want him to be in the way. Yep, and he'll take advantage of that. Which, as you guys can see, if servitors get hit, we get cognition points, which is quite nice. Let's try and take out this guy. He is being a pain to our homeboy. Oh, he absorbed the damage, dang it. Oh, and a new boy jumped in, because we are at Awakening 2, so they can start spitting out more unit. But I would like to be in position to deal with it. Just in case he does. Alright, so what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and use the Litany of Life. Give him a little bit of health. We're gonna walk up into his face and smack him with our power axe. That is what we're gonna do. So his shield does not. There we go. That's another thing too. If you knock down a Necron warrior, you can get a cognition point from them, which is quite nice. I'm going to go ahead and treat a little bit. Well, Jeremiah does have health serum. Move up here around the corner. And we can use our Server Skull to get some more points. Then Servitor Sam over here can go and do his good work. Oh, or maybe not. Alright, I thought I moved him over here, but I guess not. Use the servo arm to give him a little smack across the face for an unknown amount of damage. He's going to attempt to move, but we're going to smack him again, because he wants to use his range. Let's go ahead. I don't really care about shooting the servitor, because they're cheap units. In turn. We can move one of our servitors back here to start to interrupt that Necron warrior that came out. We want to use our power axe and annihilate this fool. Get out of here, fool. I'm going to start to move back so we can deal with that other Necron warrior that just popped out. We're going to run him down real quick because we want to be able to deal with that guy. Come over here. There we go. Get a little dough. There we go. There we go. Oh my goodness, technical difficulties. My apologies, ladies and gents. Alright, we move these guys up. Where's the closest I can shoot? Shoot him from here. Give him a little shot across the bow. Regain some cogs. Sure. And hopefully we'll be able to take... Oh. Well... Yeah, we'll be able to kill. There we go. Shut down. No threat remaining. We're good to go. All right. At the very least, it doesn't smell as bad, Faustinius says. Binary hierarch gets some more. The weak in mind will seek to understand the Xenos. The strong in mind will destroy them and bless their ignorance. Very 40k. But we did get 36 back for killing 3 Necrons. We did find 152, so we're breaking about 138 overall, which I believe is exactly the amount we needed for an upgrade, which I think this is a good... Well, let's go ahead and get our upgrade in. Let's go ahead and get our upgrade from Anarius, who's going to be our shooty shoot boy. Let's see. Alright. So if we get the torso, we get HP and energy armor, which would be nice. HP and movement, which would be nice as well. Or armor. Or just energy damage. Damage isn't really our issue right now. Let's get the torso augment. Because as you know, the drippier you are, the cooler you are at fighting. Just how it works, after all. Which they cost a cog, and they deal physical damage. So we haven't run into too much issue with area right now. I would really love more augment slots. This is a good one too, the Omni specs. You give a, you make any shot at 50-50 to miss. Curatio Claw is good, it's just a straight up heal. I could upgrade again. Could upgrade our legs mechanic. I think we're gonna do that. Let's go ahead and grab a little bit of the support. And if you guys will give me just 1 second here, I'm going to slip away to grab another drink real quick, and I will be just back. Alrighty. Alrighty, Freddy. Let's see what we're doing here. What are our missions available? We've got a Servitor level 2 that we can earn. Noise Reductor reveals all enemy stats in a circle. And some Blackstone. We gotta deal with Acantharites, Acantharites, Flayed Ones, and Warriors. That's kind of spooky. And I kind of want to do this because we get... Well, we get to take on a Destroyer, which is kind of cool. Alright, let's drop a save real quick. Small. That will be our name. That is our name. It is a good name. I'll close that. Return to game. And let's launch the mission. I do want the ability to take on more cognition points. Because as we get better items and augment form, have we? Skyvola is, of course, delighted with this. Vision Designated Destroyer. Yes. They have anti-grav stuff. Magosses, which is a planet in the Imperium. Forge World, I believe. Will be famed throughout Stygia's age for exploiting this tech. Statement Agreement. Alright, let's see if we can bag ourselves a Destroyer. Okay. Yeah, Destroyers are essentially like... They're essentially like, cavalry, I suppose you would say. Alright. Alright. Let's go over here. Got a glove puzzle. Single board designed for a Necron Canoptech creature extrudes from the device. Use the... it bit me. I'm gonna be honest, I have no idea how to solve those puzzles. Okay, this area of the Tomb of Acropis is covered with hieroglyphics interspersed with depictions of Necron constructs, most often engaged in war. Some of the images resemble the Destroyers in their distinctive anti-gravity hulls. Alright. Examine their tactics and weaponry. Search for philosophy and belief, or search for weaknesses. Let's look at their warfare tactics. Okay. Get 2 cogs from that. Highly mobile strike units, so they're kind of like cavalry. Here. We're gonna kind of be in for it either way we go. Oh. Okay, so we came across a skirmish between some of our guys and some Destroyers. We can glean from them. Another couple cogs, not bad. We're gonna go over here. I'm gonna risk it for a biscuit, as they say. Let's see if we can get anything good from this cliff. Single port. So this yielded us last time. Let's do this. Hey, okay. Got a little Blackstone. Let's continue. I don't want to spend too much time and get bogged down. I don't have extra Necrons, and I cannot remember if that means we are going to get more Destroyers. Alright, a mortally wounded Skitarii lies on the floor, his torso laid open by Gauss fire. He was evidently caught in a firefight and left behind. It is likely the Skitarii were attacked by Destroyers and may have witnessed their tactics up close. Let's see. Interrogate him. Download. Let's go full on mechanics. Just download his brain. Okay. Okay. Let's see what our actual combat encounters kind of look like here now. That's interesting. Not all forms are humanoid. Tutorium form, gravity defying. Text of the oil cog, verse 12 states, one can verge from the standard form, but one must always retain their humanity, or be lost to the men of iron in their way. He's going to be a jerk, isn't he? Let's go ahead, grab our servitor. Yeah. Here. Walk him forward, Minarius, because he's our shooty boy. Do we want to make sure we grab plenty of cognition? Grab that one. Slowly move up our servitors. I think later on we can get a remote scan with our servo skull for those scan points. Just go ahead and grab recognition. Alright, he's just gonna run up here. That's fine with me. We're just going to lemming train all of our boys. He just straight up murders our servitor. This one is a little bit trapped. There's that guy. Over here. There's the arc pistol. I think they've got an energy shield. Can't quite remember though. No, okay. They're just tanky boys. Turn. March these guys straight up into his face. Walk up here. Shoot him with the pistol. That's about the best tech that we've got as far as damage goes at long range. And he's gonna run from us. Seven damage. Jeez, man. That is no joke. Oh, and there's gonna be scarabs now and another warrior? Interesting. Synthetic, possible artificial intelligence. Once specimens gathered, AI theory equal false. Interesting. The scarabs are kind of like maintenance units. But that also means they can de-maintenance things as well, so you've got to be careful with them. A little bit back. I'm gonna blast another one of our servitors. So we really need to take care of these guys quick. Let's just march this guy right up into the midst of it. Oh, no, I'm gonna go here. Be careful of misclicks in this game too. It can be kind of mean on occasion. Let's see if we can blast this guy down a bit. Okay, we're doing good so far. Let me tuck him behind the corner here. In his turn, we're gonna get Jeremiah up in here because actually we might shoot and then move because we'll probably be able to kill the target. Then I cannot remember. Hopefully we'll be able to kill him. 3 or 5. Actually, we've got a canticle for that. Can't the craft. So we're gonna get a pretty much a guaranteed hit, or not hit, a guaranteed kill here. Okay. And then it becomes a kill all enemies mission. So we're gonna walk back over here. Because there's a lot of spooky, scary skeletons walking around. And I am not about that. Actually, we'll move him over here. Scarabs don't do a whole lot of damage, but they do cause acid damage. More scarabs are popping up, and another warrior. I have to play this very carefully, or we're going to be mincemeat. We can take these guys out. There we go. Okay. Got up to this guy's face. No, he didn't do a whole lot, but you know, it's the thought that counts. I think we might be operating at a loss on this one. I'm being for real with ya. I can actually move here. The arc pistol will hit both of them. Let's do that. Turn around, shoot this guy, I think, in the face. Okay, okay. He's actually got a... back here. Because we've got enough cog that we can kind of play the movement game a little bit. Go ahead and shoot. We might be able to take out this guy, or at least get him downed. Okay, maybe not. Oh, okay. We did. That's very nice. If we can get them to waste a turn moving, as opposed to shooting, or at least one of them, that would be nice. Oh, there's scarabs back here too. I forgot about them. Okay. Let's move up here. There's our blast pistol. Just lose the ammunition here. Okay. that on him. He's got what, 13? So it would actually be beneficial to use the canticle on him. Top him up. Because he is going to be in the firing line. Use a cog to get him out. Actually, we can move. Might be able to style on these guys, depending on our damage roll, which isn't great. Move up here. But if this guy tries to move out of range, we might be able to take him out. Go ahead and get a cog. Make sure we are topped up on resources. Then our turn. Okay. If he goes down, which is good for us. We're gonna get shot in the face, which is less than good for us. Alright, our big threat now is that boy. No, not there. Okay, so we can guarantee kill for sure and not have to worry about the reanimation for one. Shoot this guy. See what his deal is. He's got 5, he's got no shields. In that case, we can park him here. Shoot him in the face. Walk up and hit him with the power axe. Because it's overcharged now with the machine spirit. And since he's only got melee, only got range, he will have to move. And the scarabs can only move towards us because they're only melee. Okay, so he's down now. We're sitting pretty. Oh, that hurt. That's coming out. There we go. Scarabs are down, and that should hopefully. No threat remaining. Alright. We live to fight another day. The cohort withdraws from the tomb, having experienced the prowess of Necron destroyers firsthand. If nothing else, the Adeptus Mechanicus have learned of the stark danger these Necron warforms pose. Get some interesting lore here. Slash platitude mode. Literally hitting the slash emotes on her team. Alright. Alright. We recouped our costs here. Ended up with a fair bit more. We got more cognition gauge, which I will tell you is going to come in handy. As Children of the Omnissiah plays in the background, which is a great track. All of the soundtrack, as far as I'm aware, is on Spotify as well, guys. Go listen to it. It is fantastic. And I don't know about you guys, but I am feeling good about playing another mission. So let's 2 plus 1 damage. Oh, that's for the server skull. Why can't we just straight up throwing hands? Let's keep him on the dominance path. Next upgrade. The trip. Yes. Let's go back to Jerry. You know what we can. we want to, we can rename him another time. Let's see what his upgrade would be. Flex mechanic. Drip. I'm actually fine with this. Let's give him the heck. We're still not running into a whole lot of crazy stuff right now where we need a whole big HP pool. Especially when we just stress test with the destroyer. That. And he does have more room for augments now. So let's actually give him... Let's give him the claw. Because it seems like, especially since he's got the melee, he'll be the one running up into the middle stuff. I forgot Minaris has another slot as well. So we could give him... power weapon, a power axe as well. But I actually think we can take the arc pistol from him. We can give him the macro stubber. So he has a little bit of oomph as well, and some physical damage, but at range, because he's spec'd into ranged. So he has +4 range for ranged weapons. How many times can I say ranged in this small range of time? There you go. Think about it, ladies and gents. Think about it. Alright. What else can we give? We still have a slot open. Can't give him another. Could give him... You know what? Let's just give him a curatio wall. So honestly, those are really, really good. Having that easy on character heals at any given moment, quite nice. Let's see what he gets. Curatio Mecha dendrite heals 2 HP. Okay, not great. Cog canister. Target a troop for its next base attack. It gains a +1 damage and 25 crit. 98 Blackstone, Necron, Acantharite, Death Marks. Those are spooky. Alternatively, we can get Servitor level 2s, Flayed ones, Acantharites, Necron Ward. Let's do this one. I think this one is more our speed right now. Let's go ahead and drop a little bit of a save as well. Launch our mission. We haven't found a new canticle yet. Necrons, Acantharites, Flayed ones. Flayed ones will be interesting. Never enough for Videx. It's going to be interesting if this is our intro to Flayed Ones, because Flayed Ones have this thing called the Flayer virus, obviously, where they try and flay the skin from any creature nearby and then wear them as its own. Because if you don't know, Necrons were actually organic creatures at one point. But they were then later transmuted into their mechanical forms by the Catan, which are kind of like star god creatures. It gets crazy. 40k goes crazy, guys. You're just going to have to take my word for it. Alternatively, I don't believe this guy has made anything in so many years, but I've got to shout him out because he is really the guy that got me back, well, not back into, but into 40k and really hooked me. There's this channel called the Vaults of Terra, right? I think it's still up on YouTube. I hope it is, because it's really good. I might go watch some after this stream tonight. Run by a guy named, I believe, Ed. And he would narrate and talk about bits of 40k lore, and it was the perfect thing. It was awesome. Like, don't get me wrong, there are other people who do great work, like Ocula Imperialis, I believe, or Oculus Imperia. You'll know. You'll know the guy. Baltimore's Guides, who also does fantastic work, and a million other channels besides. Bricky, for example, who does great work as well. But Vaults of Terra, that was my guy. That dude was so good. He hooked me in a way that I cannot. I don't think could be replicated and made from another person. It was just a guy talking about the stuff he loves, and he's just talking about it. And it was so accessible, especially at the time that I got into 40K. So that's the guy who caused me to nerd out about 40K and get super into it. So I don't know if Ed is doing good or out there or still alive or what. I don't know what his deal is, but in my book, he's awesome, and he got me into a fantastic hobby, and I hope he's doing well. All right, my diatribe over. No, Ed from the Vaults of Terra, I hope you're doing great. We're gonna play some mechanics now. All right, now Gathalmorians 45.7. Above bullets, above blades, care for your soul, above all. Thank you, Videx, for getting us back in the mood with scriptures. And we have to tell Kepra to shove her concerns, because we are the boss. Deployment number 4, our master's voice. Shame. One of the boxcasters begins emitting strains of music from an unknown source. Sounds human in origin, but it could interfere with binary transmissions. Transmit a stream of counter data. Admonish the Scutarii. I feel like that would just demoralize our troops. Let's seek it. Let's find who's doing this. Maxim's Metallica. Master! Master! Initiative increases. We still got heavy advantage on the initiative, though. So we could do the safe route or the less safe. Let's do the less safe route. I've been playing too safe. I've mentioned before how I tend to play safe. Let's do this. Cannot die creature. So we did this last time. Let's see if it works again. Okay. So we're learning. We're learning, guys. So the upside down semicircle seems to be good for those events. Let's see what this glyph is. Panel controls a heavy door leading to a treasure room filled with cognition. That'd be nice. If we can work out the right commands, we can reap the rewards within. There we go. So this was good for that, but I don't think it'll work. So let's use the globe. No, it smacks us. It bit me. The freaking door bit me, man. Not cool. I imagine it was like the scene in Alien. You know the one, the belly mouth scene, but just with the door. That's what I think happened there. Sherman's trying to defend itself. Clearly our mission's working. Aphorisms 94.13. The enemy rushes to action when our administrations cause him fear. A swarm of tiny scarab-like constructs begin scurrying all over the Voxcaster, chewing through its casings with their steel mandibles. Retrieve it. Punish. Punish them. Okay. That's fine. Not the greatest outcome, but it's only a servitor that's taking damage. Specifically one in particular. Oh no, both of them have it. We'll have some extra necrons, but not too bad either. I hope that... Oh my goodness. Unsurety statement. Unsure of life form progression, signs of degradation, deformed segmentation, and physiological deformities. Infant disease, parasitic life form that represents form of ripped flesh. I believe we are not ones to diagnose Necron health, but instead be their executioners. Praise be the Omnissiah. Okay, there have been reports of Scutarii disappearing in the tombs, which would be a flayed one thing. Ah, here we are. Here's some spooky boys. The flare virus also, fun fact, causes the the talons that you see on the flayed ones. Let's do our deployment here. I would like to get that. I may send Jeremiah over here on a potential death mission. We'll find out together. Where are our... Why do we not have servitors? I brought a whole cohort, and they had... Okay. Okay, we only have to survive 2 rounds. This is acceptable. Actually, what I might do is I'm going to run him over here, because he's got the extra movement. Because I do want to try and sneak in some extra blackstone if possible. Let's run over here and scan real quick. That should net us some blackstone. Got some extra cash. Not in danger. And we just have to survive, it says. So let's steal from that. I do not know what... Oh, we get in a reinforcement round. I see. Ah, that must be because of the initiative... Yeah, the initiative shift that happened. Oh, there's going to be Necrons that pop out of these, aren't there? I really hope a Necron doesn't pop out of there. That would be truly unfortunate. Oh, good. A flayed one and a warrior. Okay. He'll take an opportunity attack. Actually, can we do this? No, we couldn't. No, we couldn't, could we? You'll have to survive 2 rounds, though. Let's shoot this guy. Okay. Now the problem is, Unarius is going to take opportunity. Because he is purely spec'd into range at the moment. But, fortunately, warriors are not exactly the best melee combatants. So it's only 1 damage. We can throw a little bit of stuff like that. Throw a little bit of energy damage with the Frost Blaster. Ooh, not great. Back down here. That guy's probably going to get a shot. I don't think the flayed one is going to reach us. That one definitely isn't. I don't think that one is either. Which is good. Those things absolutely... They do work in melee range. Let's put it like that. Oh goodness, there's more flayed runs. Flayed runs? Well, I'm going to run. Oh, now I have to kill all enemies. Okay. I would very much like reinforcements, please. Oh, this is not good, folks. Alright, let's kill them one at a time and kite them backwards. Actually, that works. Just run up in his grill. Smack him with a power axe. And then, because discretion is the better part of valor, we are going to run away. We're going to employ the Joestar secret family technique. We're not going to run that far, because he's got the actual shoot you in the face stuff. Do that, take him off the board. Then let's shoot the flayed one in the face, because they're just going to run straight at us. And they, ooh, this is a good thing to remember as well. Whoever last attacks a flayed one gets the aggro from all the flayed ones on the field. So that can be a good way to juggle aggro as well, especially if you are good at factoring in the change from aggro and opportunity attacks as well. Let's go ahead and use our cog to repair a little bit of the damage on the good Magos Minarius. Man, those guys are quick. There we go. Back the F up, or get smacked the F up, as they say. But Homeboy is actually surprisingly tanky, despite being a Lex mechanic. There we go, finally. Not enough cogs to... Okay. Shoot, I forgot. If you're deploying units, it will cost a cog as well. So let's go ahead and get him off the field, so we don't even have to worry about him. And we're going to get in his face, so he won't be able to do a whole lot of anything. Homeboy Jeremy over here. Actually, we're gonna move him over here. See if we can take this guy out. Oh, shoot. That's okay, though. Not gonna be much. Damage absorbed. Actually, 0 damage. It's perfect. So we're gonna run up in his face, smack him with a power axe, and back up. We're just gonna moonwalk out of there, actually, and then shoot him in the face with our pistol. How's that sound? Okay. And Minarius, actually. He might have... Oh, not enough cogs. Alright, you can always put some damage down. Absorbed, no damage down. We're gonna get him out of here real quick, because he does still have aggro from the flayed ones. Jeremiah just took a pounding, unfortunately. That flayed one's gonna take all the aggro. All the damage rather. He's gonna run through aggro range, and this flayed one is going to get very confused and run to the other side. He's got the right spirit, but I don't know, man. Let's drop this guy right in their face. Let's drop 2 right in their face, actually. I'm feeling mean. There's enough here. Let's start chipping away at this guy. One, 2. 4 to 5. So we can go ahead and confirm this. Turn. What we can actually do is we can use our cognition, or steal the cognition there. Shoot this guy. Kill secure this guy. Make sure we funnel the flayed one over here. End our turn. We can move Minarius up here. we've got Machine Spirit charged on both. So hopefully we'll be able to just straight up kill. Nice, okay. There's one more. Let's go ahead and grab the cog from him. I forgot about that other Necron warrior. Let's heal him up a little bit. I can't remember if that will come into account at the end of the expedition and still count as not being damaged. That would be really nice. I don't know if the game is nice enough to do that. One turn faster, but that's okay. This guy shouldn't be an issue. We're not going to worry about getting him up. We're going to smack this guy. Just the good old-fashioned Stockton slap. Actually, I do want to move him here. Doesn't quite kill. It gives us a cog. Smacks him up a little bit. Oh yeah, we can get in his face and just smack him. First, we'll do a little bit of a cheeky heal. 3 repaired. Not the most, but also not bad either. That's what, the average? Yeah. 2 to 4. If we roll a 3, that's not terrible. And destruction is the best Xenos. Very good. Very, very good. Sayings of the Arc Magi. Appendix 4. Such sweet music is the chatter of binary that has no tongue to lie. In other words, bump that shit. You know what I'm saying? Alright. The caster unit is in place. It immediately begins to transmit the complex binary of lingua technis. Gamma, increase the volume. Ish will be cleaned. Leave the volume the same. The prayers are loud enough as is. Or Omega, turn up the volume to the maximum. Let the enemy tremble before his word. Let them tremble. Principe Logica 22.4. Let his word be exalted to the 11th degree. Turn it up to 11th, in other words. I dig it. So you could have gotten more COG going into the second fight. Very good. Epigrams of Saint Eucelsis. That's a funky name. Eucelsis 3.89. Protect the shield of the mind. The body will be shielded thereby. The Necron can strike at our minds as well as our bodies, and we must protect both. In this Elector Dogmatis, I agree with you. Here we go. Faustinius is interesting. He's a man of two minds, as it were. The Eyes of the Omnissiah are ever on us. There's some good books in the Horus Heresy series that go more into the Mechanicus, if you like those. I as well, partially because I'm a Dan Abnett simp as far as a lot of his works go. He has got a book entitled Titanicus, if I remember correctly. I believe that was the... No, I know it is, because it's the first book, Force Warhammer 40k book I ever read. And that was a huge influence on me as far as 40k goes. Actually, funny story about that, as we accept our rewards here. We broke even, yeah. I actually picked up... My first 40k novel that I picked up as a kid was Soul Hunter, which is the first book of the Night Lords trilogy. Very good book. I ended up reading it later. But I picked that up and I handed it to my mom. Like, hey, I want this book. I think it looks cool. Because I saw the cover. And of course, it's a Night Lord. And it looks really, really awesome. And she was like, this thing is called Soul Hunter. And there's a scary guy on the cover. You are not reading this. Pick something else. And I was like, okay, fine. Whatever, Mom. So I go look through. And because, as you may have noticed, I'm a bit of a mech guy. I see the cover for Titanicus. And it says, Titanicus, the god machines go to war, or march to war, something to that effect. And I go, oh, that sounds interesting. And I flip through a little bit, and there's crazy dudes with cybernetics, there's giant mechs walking around with weapons that can level cities. I was like, okay, can I get this? It's like, she flips through it a little bit, skims through a couple paragraphs here and there, is like, alright, this seems fine. And since then, man, I've been hooked. Between the Vaults of Terror YouTube channel and Titanicus of the novel by Dan Abnett, it was over for me, man. It was over for me. Oh wow, I liked lots of canticles. Ooh, and we could do one for Kepra too. What does she want? Subdomina Kepra has requested aid in taking the pressure off her Scutarii troops. Collapsing key areas in the tomb of Acropus will hinder enemy movement and stop them from overwhelming the Scutarii. And if we do that, we gain an additional Tech Priest and the Scutarii Ranger, Ranger Alpha, which I do quite like those units. We deal with Death Marks, gross. Flayed ones, not too bad. Warriors. If we work for Videx, we get a single target ranged attack, 2 cog cost, which is kind of hurts, 4 to 6 damage. Another bauble, a little bit of a buff. It's Blackstone. We have to deal with immortals though. Ugh. If we go back to the Acropus with Scaevola, however, no, we don't get a whole lot of good stuff. Still in the Acropus sector, but Agrolek is where Videx is. We still have two people we haven't talked too much yet. So what I'm thinking is we do Kepra. But first, let's look at our cohort. What is your upgrade? We might be able to upgrade both. So if we do this, we get a little bit of movement, a little bit of energy damage, and augment. Augment. 2 HP max. That's not terrible. What about our Lex mechanic? 1 cog gained on kill. 1 cog gained on kill is pretty good, guys. Alright, let's do this. Let's do that. And we can give him another... We can give him another augment. What should we give him? Stats, heals... Get him the scanner, I think. Let's do that. Let's see if we can, yeah, we can upgrade Minarius. So let's get him the second body part upgrade. 1 energy armor, which isn't super great. 1 energy damage, which would be great. Or we could do the legs, just HP and movement. Let's do the legs for now. Let's do that. Let's give him the funny legs. Look, he's got the funny, like, insectoid legs now. Which is kind of cool. I dig it. Which you can, by the way, if you go in here, you can mix and match. You can grab different parts from different tech trees. But it will cost you, because you are going to be double dipping into tech trees. But it is also something that could be worthwhile depending on if you've planned that out. He is actually full up on Augs right now. So let's go back to our mission screen. Let's do one more. Let's do Kepra's, which I want to save because this seems kind of dangerous. Let's save. I think I said let's do one more last time, but I'm having a good time. So let's keep going. I'm having a very good time. 40k makes me happy, man. I don't know. 5 movement, max machine spirit for weapons, 3 cog. Next two attacks will ignore armor. Plenty of electro, that's pretty good. Next physical will deal 6 physical damage though. What are we dealing with here? Death marks, flayed runs, and warriors. I think we take that, right? I think that's the move, right? Because death marks don't typically have much in the way of armor unless it's energy. Flayed ones are kind of a mixed bag. They can sometimes have some physical negation, and warriors are, I mean, they're your stock standard, right? So they're not too bad. They maybe have 1, maybe 2 damage negation if you're unlucky. So let's do that. Let's take Jerry and Manny for servitors. Ooh. Faustinius has got them eyes, man. You can tell from her pupil dilation and the stress level in her nervous system that she is not into this. Along with the fact that they're all plugged into kind of like a digital space that's projected over real space called the noosphere that transmits a lot of different data, including bodily data in many cases. Read some novels that go into the Mechanicus, and you'll see some interesting stuff in regards to that noosphere. It can be a little bit depending on how old the novels are or what was going on at the time, what was in vogue. It might be a little bit contradictory, but overall, just roll with the punches like a lot of 40k, and it'll be a cool time. This is something very cool and something you don't see much from a lot of Mechanics characters. Faustinius actually does see value in the more fleshy, emotional side of things, and he's got the stats to back it up too, which is cool. Okay. So Kepra is attempting to establish a beachhead, but is running into issues. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take the heat off her, it seems, by dropping the roof on their own heads, which is kind of baller. Not going to lie, it's a little bit metal. Okay. So essentially what we're doing is we're cutting off their mobility. And by doing so, our forces are not going to be quite as under pressure. Alright, so what are we looking at? Fairly big map, but not too bad. So we only have one objective. So I think we're going to take the straight shot there, because I played a little bit fast and loose last time. Alright, we know this is the upside down semicircle. Gives us some good stuff. You know what? Nah, we're gonna ball out. We're gonna ball out on this. Ooh, scarabs. Cloak defense. We're gonna exterminate the bugs. We get some extra blackstone, but they get initiative, which is not great for us. We're gonna still ball out though. Okay, we're at level 1 awakening. Single port. Alright, so we know for sure now, it seems. Because we've done it enough times that it's going to light up green, it seems like. That's kind of cool. I did run into that last time I played, which was... Oh my goodness. When was the last time I did a run? Years, man. I can't even remember when the game came out, so it might have been like 5 years ago when I played this. Interesting. The wall of this chamber is inscribed a complex design resembling a star map, but the stars are depicted being consumed by ill-defined entities of swirling light and shadow. examine it. We can archive it or erase records. Let's archive it. Let's grab what we can and keep moving. Okay, we get an awakening increase by 1 level. Not terrible, so we're going to go into it with extra Necrons. And hopefully, we will be able to kill them before the 3rd level. Which just makes them revive faster if you don't confirm them. Partially collapsed. Try to bring down the whole chamber. With the Hands of Fate. Observations. What do we do, guys? I'm inclined to do observation protocol. Or we can avoid the Hands of Fate. I say observation. Oh. Well. The ceiling begins to fall, and the cohort are caught in the collapse and escape with injuries, but also with some knowledge about the tomb's design, which is good. So we get some cogs. But Homeboy takes a little bit of heat as well. Not terrible though. It's Jeremy. It's Jerry. We know he's a stout one. As we go into battle with Necrons. Oh wow! Hello. All the scarabs. Oh, I remember this. I remember it. Okay, yeah. Yeah, we got a lot going on here, don't we? We got a lot going on, but at least we get to deploy our servitors. And deploy them we will. They're going to handle the Scarab Menace for us. Well, almost all of it. Actually, that's perfect. 3v3. Alright, it's gonna take a little bit of heat. Ooh. Got a crit off the bat? That's mean, man. That's alright. One of the scarabs goes down off the bat, though, so not too bad either. Another scarab will be able to run around as he wishes, though. That's okay. 2 damage plus acid, so a damage at the end of its turn. Smack that guy. Get him out of here. Yeah, damage at the end of its turn. End of the Afflicted's turn. Let's get that guy out of here. I do like the detail that you can tell the Scarab's health by the number of the swarm that's still remaining. That's a fun little detail. I said flayed ones can show up. So even though it doesn't seem like there's a whole lot of places where Necrons could pop out of, they could just climb up from the walls as well. Let's go ahead and grab that. Oh, there's a scan as well. I'm gonna get that scan. I want that extra cash. I want the extra Blackstone because I want to be able to upgrade our new Tech Priest. And actually that works out because I can grab an extra cog too. We're gonna a little bit of heal. Oh, that soundtrack is so good. I can't remember the name of the composer, but combining electronic style music with pipe organs is so good. He absolutely did an amazing job at capturing the feel of the Mechanicus. Absolutely does not get enough praise. I don't think enough people talk about the work he has done on this soundtrack. Like I said, I really wish I could remember his name, because I think he deserves a lot of praise for it. Ah! There's an elevator, not flayed ones running up. Alright. that. So let's drop another servitor right in their path. So we've got the cog for that now. Run up in this guy's face. Machine Spear just primes, so we can do 5 to 6 attacks. Not bad damage. Especially this early in the game. If we run up here to smack this guy, we might be able to take him down. Yep. Alright. Run up by this guy. Because I don't like it when those guys get back up. You guys haven't seen it yet. I'm sure as we get further into the game, you're definitely going to see where we just can't manage the amount of enemies or with the layout of the maps. And so those guys are going to start getting up, which is not optimal, but it is what it is. Okay, he goes down. Very good. Not walk over here. So I'm going to get a cog back anyway from walking over and grabbing it off of his body. I think you can double dip with the scanner actually as well. Which is kind of nice. Winda. I can't speak English. Please excuse me. I'm going to shoot this guy in the head. Okay. I could walk over here and smack him with a power axe though. Let's not though. Let's not. Let's play it a little bit smarter. Walk Manny over here. And that goes Minarius. Shoot this guy. Let's get some stats on him. Okay, so he does have 32. What's he got? He's got 8. So if I roll high with the Canticle active, we might be able to kill. Go ahead and hit. The Omnissiah protects, brothers. Ah, more reinforcements though. I've been foiled. Okay, no matter. We at least have those guys off our back. So let's go ahead and move our servitors into position to draw aggro. Go ahead and kill this guy so he doesn't get back up and regain the cognition. Now, if you guys remember, it did say death marks and flayed ones as enemies. And I haven't seen them yet, which makes me a bit nervous. Flayed ones I can kind of get because they can crawl up from the walls, which I'm hoping doesn't happen. But the death marks, are they just gonna pop in? I can't remember what they do. I can't remember if there are any rules that they have to be on the map at the start, or have to move up by any kind of like elevator terrain or anything like that. Any kind of spawning terrain like the warriors do. Over here, so we're gonna cog. We're gonna get that back because we sprinted over here, but get it from the pillar. Get another from there, so we're topped up. Almost topped up. Blast him. Okay, so he's got physical shield. That turn, it won't be too bad. Move him up because he's got extended range. So we can just sit back here. Shoot at that guy. I don't know if he's got a shield or not. So I'd rather gamble that he doesn't. For now. Let's grab some more cogs from the one behind them. In turn. Okay. Alright, I see how it is. This is gonna be a little bit of a battle of attrition, huh? And now we've got the kill all enemies to end the mission. Okay. Alright, let's throw this guy out in front. actually think we want to move this guy back over here. Don't go too sicko mode with this servitor. Because while they are cheap units, I do want them to actually body block for us a bit longer. That guy's going to die, so we have our 2 tech priests fighting these 2 Necrons, these warriors. These guys can shoot from ages away. Which is unfortunate. For us, anyway. I think we can shoot up over here. Not sure. So what I'm going to do is, I'm just going to run... no, I'm going to shoot this guy first in the face. Then we're gonna run, because we learned last time, right? We learned last mission how to do our priorities. Hopefully we'll at least get 1 damage through. Okay, 2 damage through. We can grab the scanner. Turn. Let's execute this guy. I think we can kill. Okay. There we go. Let's go ahead and execute. I think that tech priest will be enough to deal with him. Let's move him back over here. And let's top up on his health, right? Because we are going to be dealing with 2 Necron warriors over here. Servitor will go first. So we can at least get up here and body block a little bit. We're just going to send him to face check. Menarius we're going to end up healing. Or not Menarius, this is Jeremiah. We should have plenty, because I can Canticle and use the Curatio Claw on Jeremiah up here. This guy's dead. Menarius down here, he's full up. So let's go ahead, and he's got a bunch of good stuff going on. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. See what he's doing health-wise. Or, let's go ahead and walk up, smack him with the power axe. He'll go down. Very good. Let's go ahead and use the Curatio Claw. I think we're going to use a Canticle as well, because he is pretty beat up. Yeah. Because we can save it on the lesser, the level 1 Cant of the Craft for Menarius' macro stubber that he's got equipped. Let's go ahead and grab that. I can move him. I can actually move him. Move him over here because we can sprint to get there. So I'll be topped up again. I'll still be in range of the pistol shot. So we can take him out if we need to next round and move him into position. Okay. Okay. Oh, I did not want to delay. Oh wait, I was at the end. It's fine. Let's use a pistol shot so we can get the stats. That is one good thing about the Foes Blaster, is that it will reveal stats. Okay, not great. Not terrible either. Let's continue to kite him a little bit. Continue to kite him back a little bit, because I don't want to deal with both of them at the same time. That is really what I'm worried about. That is what's going to spell disaster for us. Okay, he's got 1 left for reanimation. This guy up here we just took out. So we're at 3, which means Necrons reanimate at a turn faster. But Menarius is a baller. He is not worried about any Gauss cannons. Let's go ahead and shoot this guy. And we can run straight up to... we can run this tech priest screaming into his face to smack him with a power axe. That's actually hilarious. That is actually one of the sickest things. Alright, let's run this guy over here. We're gonna have to do that. And I say that because I want to make sure he's off the field. I would really like to know if this guy has a physical shield or not. But I just don't think that's in the card, so let's go ahead and heal, because we've got plenty of action points, right? We've got plenty of cognition that we can use. So let's not get crazy. Execute this guy. We're gonna run up in this guy's face to the side of him a little bit. Actually, let's go ahead and heal a little bit. Yeah, let's heal. And then we'll run up to him. And smack him. Alright, because the machine spirit is rise to action. Hey, there we go. We just went. I also like this outcome. That's kind of cool. I will not argue with it. The last demolition charge brings down another section of the tomb. The most heavily used routes around the tomb are now cut off, and the Necrons will be forced to fight the Scutarii on their terms from now on. Very good. Servants of the Omnissiah will live now, who would otherwise die, Magos. My thanks for sending your tech priests to the aid of my troops. What a nice guy. Simple logic, subdominant. See, these are the little moments of humanity from the Mechanicus that make it really, really cool. No one is disposable so long as they do the Omnissiah's work. Thus it is written. -40. No losses from our troops. Alright, nice. Killed so many warriors. Recouped and then some with the kills. That's successful. We've got Ranger Alphas now. We might want to bring one or two of those along instead of a full cohort of Servitors, depending on what we want to do. I think these are the melee ones, I think. 230 Blackstone found, which is nice. And we have an additional Tech Priest. Plenty of life. We restore 10 HP. Benediction of Omniscience. Next energy attack will deal +3. Remorseless Fist, the next attack will break 2 physical armor. That can be very useful as well. Same thing, Shroud Song, but for energy armor. I think that was it. Alright. And then we have everybody else as well that we can take missions from. So let's look at our cohort real quick. So we have Leonardus. What is Leonardus gonna be? Let's look at him. I like his funny portrait here. What does that fill me with? Often overlooked Tex Auxiliums. It feels like Xilium or maybe Ingenseer. Maybe no, not quite Exploratory. Not quite Secutor either, I don't think. Looks like effects. Restore HPs. Heals 1. Okay, this is our heal unit. Techno-Gazillion. Next weapon is reduced. Physical armor. Okay, kind of a support class. Okay. Explorators. Reveal enemy stats within range. Avoid all opportunity attacks. Pretty good. Machine Spirit attacks. Deal +2. If no, I kind of feel that. I kind of feel like this is a melee guy. So maybe we go Explorator. Maybe we dig into. Oh my goodness! It is 9 o'clock, but it feels like 11 here apparently. Dig into my left foot. Dip into either Agency or Tech Auxilium later, but for now, let's yeah, let's do that. Let's give him a little bit more love too. At least one more. Fizz armor, physical damage. Let's give him that, 'cause he throw in hands. We'll actually get him up to speed, I think. We'll get him up to speed. Give him the arms. Give this man a power axe. He does not have a thing that reduces his use of ranged. Let's do that. He's got one more. He could use the scanner. Let's give him the scan. Well, I don't have a heal unit, right? I don't have a heal unit yet. I think we've got enough scanning. So let's just give him... noise reductor. We'll do that. We'll make him a run-in and get stuff done kind of guy. That's what I'm kind of feeling from him. That's what I'm kind of feeling from him. Okay? Alright. And that is where we are going to leave off, I think. Played quite a bit. A little bit more than I intended to. We're up for like 2.25 hours or something like that now. I had intended to go for like an hour and a half tops, but I was having fun hanging out with you guys and playing some Mechanicus. It's been a while since I played a proper strategy game, too. So, it's a good change. I like it. Anyways, guys, I hope you guys had a good Monday. I hope this stream was, you know, maybe a little bit of a good thing in your day. I hope it was anyway. It certainly was mine. And I hope to see you guys very soon. In fact, probably tomorrow for some more Two Who's Day. I don't know what I'm going to do. I'm either going to play Toho 19, or I might start a Toho fan game. Probably Luna Nights. I might play Luna Nights. We'll find out together. It's either going to be 19 or Luna Nights. Either way, I hope to see you there. I hope to be there, actually, because I enjoy these with you guys. I hope your week goes phenomenal, whether you see me or not. And I'll catch you guys later. Peace.